Long time no see. Well, the Archangel Michael is back. I don't know why they wouldn't let me go on, but it's funny. Could be a technical error from my end. Who knows? But I don't think so. So, what an interesting couple of weeks. How things are changing very quickly from one end to another. Strange. Times will be changing. People will start to understand. And I will get called more crazier and crazier as time goes on, as the understanding gets less and less. That's the chaos, that's the calamity, the confusion before the invasion. They call it a prelude to war. Happens in every war. But you get that. Well, I don't want to be on too long. People are late over there in America, Australia. People are busy out enjoying their day or working. So I don't blame if anyone doesn't come here at all. So I'll get my Lord's Prayer and we'll see where we go with that. Yes, well, the Book of Wolverine. Ah, yes, good old Wolverine, the hero. Able to regenerate after getting attacked in all kinds of fashions. Pity I didn't have those powers, that'd be nice. But that's vanity. When you wish for such things, when you've been only given, a certain amount of life that God gives us for a reason. Sustainability. The earth can only sustain so much. So we must have balance. And that is that. And the balance is tipped. And that's the way that is. Well, people still wondering, and not even giving me acknowledgement. Is this the guy? Is he really him? That's the big question mark you got on your mind. Is that guy, is he here now? Well, he's right here now in front of you. And if you don't believe it, well, that's your tough luck. That's what God said. Tell them, try to get the message out. Say the good word. Try to recruit people to help you on the mission. And if no one comes, then do it yourself. And if you have to do it yourself, you know which way you have to go to teach humanity a valuable lesson about God. There's a question, because this happens a lot in society. Because people out there, they'll hate you for no reason. They'll hate you because they're jealous of your work, because they think you're crazy, or they don't understand you. Or some people will just hate you for no reason at all, simply because they have hate inside of them and in their souls. This is what we need to overcome in this humanity. But as long as we have this secular type thinking, we'll never get anywhere. Because that is not love in any fashion or any form. Not even self-love. Because if you love yourself, you would value others more than yourself. And that is when you know that you truly love yourself, when you're able to give more to others. So people are going to say, I hate you. Well, I'm going to say something really strange. I love you. And you're probably thinking, you don't even know me. But if people can hate you for no reason, why can I not love? And that's what God thinks. People pop in, pop out. I don't know what they're all about. It could be trolls. Who knows? I don't really care. As long as I keep going on and keep trying, I am not a failure. It's these that will fail in the end. Now, my little favorite is it stops anyone touching my content completely. And I don't really use anyone else's content. I bring it to you as it is, tell you the truth, and it's up to you to investigate. Because only through investigation, only through searching through and finding what I have said, will you actually learn the truth. Because today everyone's secular and no one can tell the truth. So learn it. I'm just giving you the clues to where to learn this information. Now to protect my channel, my content, so no one can touch it. My copyrights. This channel's contents, including but not limited to text images and videos, are the property of the Archangel Michael and Sparta and my channel, and are protected under such Copyright Act. Reproduction or distribution or anything of this channel or any part of this copyrighted content without my permission is totally prohibited. So, now that's it. They can't cut my shit right up unless they come and ask me. And there are people out there that can touch it. I've already given them permission, and that's parts of the family. They know who they are. Now let's get into the main part of the day, the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer is very important. One of the main keys. We can turn two of them right now. There's two keys. Put God first, which we're going to do now. So we're going to put God in charge of the day, or in charge of your night, or wherever you may be, in whatever time frame. And we also will conquer the seventh key. Pray every day. It only takes 30 seconds to pray. God's worth it. Very worth it. Okay, here we go. Don't be frightened of the mask. Don't be frightened of the voice. You like the show? Well, wants a show. What do you want me to come out, pluck a pair of wings out of my bum? Well, if I could, I would. A little bit funny, but if I could, I would. Here we go, the Lord's Prayer. So God is coming into the chat now. Oh, Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from the evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. Now we have God in the day, and the Archangel Michael is back online with the Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer is very important, very powerful when you come across spirits and demons. But in this world, those spirits and demons inhabit humans. And they're the physical. And this is where you will be attacked. And you might believe in God. You may pray to Jesus. You may say the Lord's Prayer as many times as you want. unless you learn how to fight or how to run in today's society, if you're going to face evil, it's usually coming in the physical, not in the spiritual. It is the spiritual that is working through them that you have to overcome. And you either do that by fighting or running. Mr. Petsko. Oh, cuddled up like a little caterpillar. Well, that's it. Back online, people popping in and out. They don't know what Archangel Michael is all about. Oh, here we go, the redheads. I should just be like my father. Skip down to my underwear, get half a brick, wait for them behind that tree, and when they go past next, jump out on them. They slow up pretty quickly. Very quickly. When you see an albino fucking bloody, Neapolitan bloody silverback gorilla out there who got a white bum and all different colors everywhere else. Hey, I like one of those ice cream packs. Great. But that's how you get it. They soon stopped. That's funny, that one. People don't understand that. In that Bible, nowhere it says that you can't defend yourself. Nowhere it says you can't be aggressive to defend yourself. Nowhere it says you can't hurt them if they're going to hurt you. Because that's the do unto neighbor unto they do unto you. That's what that part's about. It's a double way fucking helix. It entwines. So it can go back ways any which way. That's how that one works. But just know how to kill them. So, under that theory, right? God being God and me knowing him best. And the Son being the Son the way he is. Well, they're quite similar. It's just that God doesn't kill. That's not his policy. He'll punish you. He'll put you in that cell. He'll make them beat you every day. But he won't kill you. That's the God. That's how you punish. That's why those prison systems are like that. And then those evil men, they punish each other. For what? For what? To sweat on each other's cell wall? Crazy. But that's the system. That's why it's like that. He's installed that into man's head. Man takes it too far sometimes. And you get what you get. With your prison systems. So corrupt and evil. Towards men. Who are going there to try and be rehabilitated. Not learnt and taught how to be more evil. More not wanting to be a part of that system. You look at all the people that go to jail, only 1% ever come out, if that, rehabilitated properly, in any sort of rehabilitating fashion. As simple as that. No, jail is just an incarceration place where they pit all the bad guys together and they let them sort each other out. And they chuck a few bad guys in themselves, aggressive guards, assholes, who can be human at any time, but choose not to be. I mean, you ask my nephew, he just did a stint, and they treated him like shit in there. They settle you in, get you all tucked in, and that's our time to move, just to keep you fucking agitated. Waiting for you to spring at them. But you get that. That's the game all the way. So when he was telling me, I just fucking remember like I was back there again. No different, just a fucking bit more newer. Bit more bloody so-called security rules. And they're dying still like in rows, so fucking how's that working? Oh, we got it so they can protect themselves from themselves. Oh, yeah, okay. You go out to Acacia Prison, about 90 clicks up the road, going towards Northern. Across the road, you got the farm where I went to, Waterloo Prison. That's like a Christmas camp, really. You just need the bumper cars, the Ferris wheel and all the girls. Simple as that. That's how that place goes. It was pretty hard. There's still hard people in there, but you've got a sheep fence. It's an honor system. When you're at that one, that's because you're on an honor system. You can jump that sheep fence anytime you want. We often did. Go down to Ocapella Blanco and get the bloody casks and bloody wine. Ride back on the little girl's pushback we had stashed in the bush. Even a set of clothes, because everyone's got green clothes. And you got a certain time when you get called back on the mess. And he'd be back, it'll be stashed there, and you'll go out for the midnight run and have a little sip, and where you go. Crazy. Yes. Supposed to be on the honor system, but not very honest. And well, when you're in that sort of system, if you start being what they would class in Australia a dog, because a dog always barks at people, well, you're not going to last in that system extremely long. They'll put you into one of those Midland places in the police station under protective custody. That's how jail works. That's how it works. Always against the system, right the way through. And they make it that way. Why? So they can lock you up. It's a circle that the government make. Our government especially, since that COVID, and every other shop since that COVID, has become so greedy, so terribly greedy, that Australia may be the best place in the world to live, because we share no common borders with anyone. We have no wars except the racial war. Hey? Yet, it's getting very expensive. So expensive, well, people are being forced out on the street that used to have money to have their own house, such as myself. You get 13 interest rate rises in 14 weeks. Soon paying off a weekly loan for a house is unaffordable unless you've got more people in the house. And that's crazy. Crazy system, getting more and more expensive. And we only just had a price hike. Another price rise. Everything's going up now. In America or anywhere else, I don't know, in the rest of Australia, how much you're paying for McDonald's for a single, for a bloody Big Mac that is half the original size, but it's 3 times the original price. Now, when you reduce things down in size, the policy with these companies, we reduce it in size and we'll charge you the same price. Well, they're not doing that in Australia. They're reducing things in size and they're increasing the price. Okay? They overinflate. They reduce everything in size and they increase the price. It's not supposed to be reduced in size and increase the price. It's to keep the price low. But Australia, they've been taking advantage. McDonald's especially. $5.10 for a flaming cheeseburger. That's a little tiny little sail biscuit with fucking extra topping. In fact, the cheeseburger is the only thing that stayed the same size. That's almost bigger than a Big Mac in Australia. A cheeseburger is almost bigger than a Big Mac. I should bloody go. If I didn't have to get my boy's haircut, I should go and get you one. I'll show you. You'll be shocked. You say, is that a bloody Big Mac? Well, it is a Big Mac, but it ain't big. There's nothing Mac about it. Yeah, it's been fucking McFucked around. That's what we're doing. McFucked around by McDonald's, McFucked around by the government, and McFucked around by the fucking universe at the moment. True as God. You come to Australia, it's so expensive. We got people, they don't tell you. We got people living under the bridges, under the bloody, they just got that running now. The new train station, new train lines running. They're just topping it off now, finishing it off. Doing up the little shine bits. Brand new $6 billion railway. The bridge all the way along. You're going to see all people camped under that soon. All bloody tents and that, staying on a brand new bridge. So they probably have to get a new police force just to fucking usher them along. That's how many homeless are coming into this country. It's supposed to be the country of the wealth. It's supposed to be the country of, wealth and toil. Yeah, for whom? I should take you on a film, but these people don't like to be filmed because they're in destitution. Most of them are on drugs. When you got someone on destitution, on drugs on the street, well, you walk up with a camera, unless you got some money or some cigarettes or some drugs to give them. Well, good luck trying to film them. And even then, you don't know what state of mind that person is that you're filming that's on drugs. Destitute. When you're trying to show the world how destitute it is in Australia. How much of a bullshit lie our government tells. The narrative they tell you is complete shit. Well, when it comes to Australia, they talk shit. They'll think we're all happy here, holding hands, fucking bouncing around in kangaroo pouches. Bullshit. Australia is nothing but a prison island within a prison island. A prison island within a prison island is Rottnest Island. So-called holiday with all got those little bouncy little quackers and that fucking famous bloody car driver. Oh, look, I've got a little smiley quacker. Oh, we go fucking 10 million bloody hits. Oh, a little stupid quacker. That's not smiley. That's just the natural way they bloody react. It just happened to be a fucking camera angle. Maybe it was photoshopped even. Right? Yeah. Well, originally it was called Rat Nest because they thought they were big giant rats. Right? So that's where fucking Rottnest got its name from, Rat's Nest. And that's a prisoner island. They used to take all the prisoners of Australia and fucking chain them out there. And there's so many people dead. So many of my people were dead out there. Still dead today. Never been rested. Thousands of my people, skeletons lie there. Never be able to go home from the other side of the country, dragged to there. And they'll tell you in the lies and the lies of history, oh, the first time any other nation has ever attacked Australian soil was when Japan bombed Darwin. Bullshit! The first time any country attacked Australia was the American Naval White Fleet. When they come over here to Rottnest Island and help the Fenians, the Irish revolutionists, escape. And they fired many a shell into the Rottnest Island batteries. We fired some back, but by then they had already stolen those prisoners. And they got away. Well, I'm talking to my sister at the moment. I will have to deal with her. Oh, come on now, don't do that. Oh, okay. Oof. Hey, hello, Dick. Who's bouncing around on the roofs? Well, that's how they have the world, believe it. Think us, Nick, over here in Australia. The way the government, the way the world portrays us out there. You know? I would like to sit in those countries and sit back and see just what they get back about us. How we are portrayed, how we are used as propaganda. Because they don't tell all the truth. They don't tell the truth how the government runs down here. That government's never told the truth from the day dot. And you know that, Nick. You know that. So that's what I'm complaining about. It's the governments. They don't tell the truth. They run their own narrative and they don't tell the truth. They never have and they never will. They got a whole system running there. Especially this country. This country is becoming so expensive. How expensive is it, Nick, in this country at the moment? Did you just have a price rise over there? Because we sure as hell just did, because everything's going up. Fuel's going up. Buddy, everything's going up. McDonald's is charging ridiculous price. I think it's ridiculous. Four Big Mac meals, that's $40. And that's more like this here. Now the thing is, these governments and these big companies say we're going to reduce things in size so we can keep that product going and we'll keep the price low. But our country, since the COVID, has done the complete and utter fucking 1,000 million reverse. They're smalling things down and they're increasing the size. That's the shit. That's just crazy. You can get a cheeseburger. The cheeseburgers at McDonald's are the only thing that really hasn't changed in size. They've been the same all the way through. So they could be there, like I said, you could put them in there for 20 years. They could be cheeseburgers that are stacked up for years. We could be eating that. Well, we don't know. You freeze dry them, snack freeze dry them, who knows? You keep that for 30 years. That's what the bloody army does with all the meat and shit. And every 10 years, they'll bloody clean that out. And then you'll get a free, all that Costco and all that stuff, all the ones online and that. Where do you think they get that meat from? So these big bloody American and all these bloody countries emptying out their bloody larder from the stored up bloody army food that they got. It's got to keep keep all that stuff there, ready to go for the war. So they sell it off and replenish it every 10 years. And you'll have a big sell up at Costco. Now all they got to do is just bloody unfreeze it, dress it up, fucking sell it off. No different. It's just been frozen for 30 years. That's how the world works. You'll be quite surprised when you find out. That's why in that book we got them all dragging out and bashing them and all shit. In the end, we're going to have to resort to this violence. We don't kill them. No, we don't kill them. That's God's policy. He says don't kill. But he doesn't say nothing about defending ourselves, nothing about going to war and putting them under punishment. We just got to learn how to do that without killing. No? God's policy would be like, we can't kill him. He's done a bad thing. And I'm going to punish him when he gets up here too. But he's got to get punishment now there because you got him now. And you've got the hands on things. So what you're going to have to do is devise a method where you flog him every day. Don't kill him, but you can flog him every day he wakes up. Starve him till just about he's dead, but don't kill him. It doesn't say anything like that in the book. You know? God's bloody... No, he like us. That's why he made us like us. We do things like God. We can do God-like things. We can do evil-like things too. And God can be pretty angry. You know, look like when he gets angry, floods the world, destroys cities. Don't fuck around. Man's trying to copy that with nuclear weapons. Now he's got the hand on things. Choop. Simple as that. And the race for globalism goes on. Yes, the flat earth thinking with a globalist world. That's the level and the level. Then there's the secrets. And then there's the prize. It's all about the land grab, guys. Whoever owns more land, whoever's got it, knows the knowledge. One piece left to go. All the other major land masses occupied. They're still searching them, looking for parts and pieces to put back into that song of life so they can turn it into a story and fashion their own. Because man is chasing the same thing that Satan is. And God's watching, hoping that man plays his hand right. That is how it is played. That's how it's going. It takes us to come up, stand up, be these ideas that we read in these books. Become these people. And when you install that inside you and understand what it's all about, then you become the warrior. And that's it. You have to accept this on so many levels that not even I can understand it. When I come across it, I can see it best. I find it hard. I can understand it a little bit more than most. But it still freaks me the fella out. All these creatures that I know, I might show you on AI, but I've seen quite a few of them for real. And every time I do see them, even though I know that they're there, I know what they look like. Every time they pop out, it's still scary. I am still scared. Don't you worry about that. Because the mind, after being taught in the schooling system in the world that we have now, well, what can I say? Things like that's not supposed to be like that. When you go out there, a tree is inanimate, blows in the breeze, moves only up, grows and that. And that's it. But when you see a tree start to move like a human, there's branches in that. Well, you know that's not supposed to be. And that's that. That's just my sister. saying, okay, she's being flat with me. Just put a few realities and she don't like it. But that's it. You get that. You get that. Get that. The mix of things, all kinds of things. Yes, but the Australian government's getting ridiculous. I'm live early today. Yeah, well, I've been off. I've been off. Been trying to get on live. Every time I go up, they say, oh, bloody, no app available. You know? So I wonder what YouTube was doing there. I'll try to talk in the chat, and as I'm getting halfway through doing words, nope, that fucking stop me from bloody YouTube's going funny. And it's not just us, because I was on this morning, I was watching JD Delay, and he was saying how they're getting a bit funny with these stuff. And we jumped over onto the Alaskan Avengers channel. You know, Jason, the Alaskan Avenger with the hammers. They've got those chomos, those pedophiles, making the list, you know. But he's got his channel going, and he was saying the same thing. YouTube being funny, they're blocking messages, they're doing funny things with content. He got blocked for a week over something really silly. You know, coming back on live. So yes, they're doing a changeover, and in America, they're instituting that bloody AI system like we have now, Nick. We've got it in us. The AI system that if YouTube AI recognizes you as under 18, it'll just shut the channel down until you bloody show some ID. Even though you might have put the age in, or ask for face recognition, or ask for some government type of ID, because no other ID will suffice. So it's a chase for information that they're trying to get off you, and that's what they're scared of, because they want more information on who we are. So, you know, that's pretty crazy, because that could be used for good or bad. It could be for what they're doing, but it's also got the potential to have some real bad, to be able to try and locate us and find out exactly where each one of us are. So it's getting tricky, this game. So we have to be careful with YouTube. They're getting tricky. And they're clamping down on the money factor. Everything's changing. Everyone's getting more greedier. It's not getting easier. It's getting greedier. And it causes us to be more that way too. So we've got to ease back. Look at this. Hey, what's going on? We've got this and that in play. Well, we have to protect them now, because that might disappear. So anything you've got going, any funds, any money that you might have coming in through this system, you need to get it secure now, because they're going to start really hammering down on everything. And you'll find that it'll follow us. You'll find you think you can get off this and get away with not paying so much tax or so much given away. You watch. That's tax money, no matter which way you look at it. That's a taxable money, whether it's a fucking donation or not. You're not a donation organization. And that's how they're going to play this one. Unless you're a proper donation organization. Official bloody got 5,000 people constantly. No, they're not going to worry. The people in the street, type of one. That one, where you're helping actually, these little donation shit that we're doing, they're going to cut that out unless we start paying tax. And all these companies that we're going to use them through, all these levels and all platforms, all these banking systems through the electronic, they're going to pay tax. And then that electronic system is going to tax you because they've got to do all that shit. So you're going to be the best same as you are on YouTube anyway when you find out that it goes wrong. Certain areas you'll make money, yes. Certain areas you can scam money, yes. But these donations that we're getting now, all these governments are saying, gee, that's about fucking $80 billion every year I see there. That's untaxable. We could be getting some of that. And that's how governments think. They want every single cent. That's why they want to make it into a total digital money system. Because then they got us. We're fucked. Totally fucked. We're hooked in and we'll never get out. And they can just turn a switch off and that's it. What are we going to barter then? Ones and zeros from our mouth? Can't barter digital data that's not working with no power. Right? Control. Full control of the money. And when you have $50 in that type of society, because everything's electrical, costs money to run electricity. you have $50. But to spend that $50, you're going to have $53. Right? Or do you want to spend do you have to pay $3 surcharge? Every time you spend $50, $3 surcharge. This is how this works. So technically, if you're only going to spend $50, that first he ain't going to serve that $3 surcharge to operate that system that they got running for the bank and electronics. He ain't going to absorb that. That's going to come onto you. Right? So if he absorbs that, we'll do it this way, how you were thinking, how I got you thinking, how the money is now. $50 is $50 cash when you got cash. Can't fucking rip it up and make it any smaller. Otherwise, it's worth nothing. Right? Electronical $50. If you're just going to use that $50, when you move it, it's going to be $47 when it gets to the other side. When they move it, it's going to be what? No? Less again. No? It'll be $44. Then you go down again, and again, and again, and again. And eventually, that $50 is absorbed all by surcharge back to the banks. Where does that $50 go after you've moved it 20 times? It goes straight to the bank. And that way you have to try and get another $50. So you'll be spending money to spend money, regardless. So you better start getting ready. If you want to spend $100, well, that's $107 you have to spend. Because there's $7 surcharge. That's the way the world's going. You put it bloody digital, we're screwed. Just go up. And if you don't do it, you won't get nothing. With cash. See? They want to do that because they see just cash in Australia alone. The four big banks come up, say, hey, Mr. Albanese, we got you in our hand now. You know us four big banks. You know us, Albanese. Come on, squeeze. Hey, nudge. And can you get past that law that we want to, make it totally digital Australia. Show the world how it can be done. That way the banks can absorb that $6 billion that's floating around out there. Come on, Albanese. It's only $6 billion each. I can't do it at the moment. I'm worried about these fucking sub-deal. And then, no, come on. Who fucking funded you, boy? Who just cut you off like Jay-Z? And that's how the fucking world runs. Right? Simple as that. So they want us, so they can absorb that. All that bloody spare bloody pocket money you give your kids, all that lawnmower spare money you get from your bloody nan, $50, that little bloody garage sale that you have to get rid of some of your wares. They want that fucking tax too. They want it all. The only way they're going to get it all is they fucking go digital. So every little bit that we think we're making on the side, the fucking government wants that. They know we're making that. You don't think there's not... That's bloody to them. They will get away with fucking murder there. That's our money. We own that. We print it. Hey, that's right. That money, when it's get it, so you can't... That's why you can't burn it. That's why you can't fucking destroy it. So it's the property of the government, regardless. Always the property of the government. Hello, Temper. That's it. Anytime that government says, oh, well, this dollar that we got is fucking worth nothing now, you're going to have a whole briefcase to buy a loaf of bread. We're subject to that. And how they fucking fashion that, well, it's who's got the strongest dollar. Who's got the biggest bombs to say they have the strongest dollar and enforce this. Who's got the juice? The big four. America. England. China. Russia. Oh, the rest are just plebs. Part of the game. That's your big four. There's your four horsemen right there. They took over the fucking world when they fucking all signed up at the UN. There's your four fucking horsemen there. You conquer those fucking four horses, right? And the world will be free. Free to deal with all the rest of the evil. Will be free quicker. Without those four fucking horses on us. The four big ones, they call them. They're the only four in the UN that are permanent. So any other country out there, fucking be chucked away like lickety split. And that's it. How come here, well, how come out in the daylight show here we are talking money matters? Well, because that's what's going to matter. See, the world has a functioning belief that money makes the world go around, Nick, but it fucking doesn't. The world revolves on its own fucking axis under gravity and time, right? Money makes you fucking stay on it a bit better. And this stay on it a bit better ain't going to be better unless you got more money. Because that's what they want. It's all focused on the fucking almighty dollar. Not the almighty God, the almighty dollar. The root of all evil. That's the fucking, that's the algorithm. That's the biological fucking ticket that gets us all in. Is the money. Right? You think that one? We used to have a bartering system at one stage of the game. Even my people used to have a trade system. Never knew fucking what money was. As soon as we got money into the situation, well, how corrupt did my people become? And I won't back them all up because some are pretty fucking corrupt. Okay, that's what I find hard. I like to back my people up. I like to back Australia up. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are. All together as one. If we're going to be truly walking together, that's what that's about. Yes, we have our own cultures. We have our own background, but we're all Australians. If they come over the bloody hills, Nick, we all get bloody together in the same trench, no matter what colour breed we is, as long as we're Australians. And that's the fact. That's why they call us diggers. Dig, dig, dig until we're safe. Because the bombs are raining down. Crazy, that one. But that's true. We've lost that sort of thing too. That what's happening all over the world is here on a major scale because we are that multicultural world in one little place. And that's that. From all the lands and sea we come. If we was ever going to have a new anthem, that's the one I like the best. No, I think it was a Qantas had one. We might have to buy it off them. No, I am, you are, we're all Australian, and from all the lands of the world that we come. No, we fucking one. We got all these different things, but we all one voice. No, we're many, but we're one voice. That sounds like a real good one. I like that because it's got some of the old, some of the new, and something they fashioned on the spot. And that's the only way we're ever going to get through this, guys. Because that's what's happening. When you talk about God, that's how old? How old that book? How old that belief? And we got all this new. So it's not going to work if you're going to just follow one. You're going to have some of the old, some of the new, and right now we have to fashion something up on the spot. Because this next generation coming up 2 or 3 times ain't going to have the thinking and the knowledge and the strength to know what the hell is happening. Not the way these governments are running. They're going to do something to us that is unbelievable. When it happens, well, we won't believe it. And we'll just let it roll over us. As we did to COVID. That was just a test to see if they could lock the world down. And they did. Locked it down pretty well. Locked it down pretty well. And I could see that being here. Because we was the most isolated city on the entire earth. And it literally was the last place really to get it. I mean, Antarctica had it before we did. So it was pretty isolated. Being isolated was one good thing. Not in some other ways, but in that disease factor. When it spread over the world, it was here last. Probably some islands. So, the only way we got it here, we accepted people here. We didn't have to accept them. They come here. Because other people were whinging. Oh, how come you haven't had a slice? No, because they wanted a fucking thing to spread. They wanted everyone to have a slice. Everyone to have a taste. For this next one that's coming. See, if you want to look at it, what's the bloody cold? What's the fucking bug? What's the bloody a germ? It's a pestilence. It's a disease. There's your godlike disease. But it was a man-made one, nonetheless. See, it went quiet about that there because that Wuhan city, where the epicenter is. And your bullshit fucking everything closed down because that's happening. Well, you couldn't move nothing around the world postal ways. That's bullshit. We got something from 7 days from Wuhan City, a shirt from the epic fucking center. Kelly had cancer and she bloody got a bloody big Les shirt printing that in blue Wuhan City. And I seen the bloody address and oh my God. He brought it right to the fucking door in 7 days. So there was no delay in any fucking transport. That's a load of crap. That's one big furphy. That pushed up all the fuel prices and pushed right, even shithouse paper went right up through the roof. Despite the fact that we make our shithouse paper, majority of it, Nick, 80% of it in Australia is made in fucking South Australia. So why are we paying so much for shithouse paper? But we were. They don't tell you they go out with the milk. Go and have a talk to your milk farmers, the big ones, the real big ones. How they got to go and empty 60,000 litres of their milk on the fucking field just so the fucking big companies can keep the prices high. They do it all the time. There's ample enough milk. They have fucking plenty of milk to be right down to $1.10 a body for 2 litres. But to keep that price high, they dump it out to the field. Go and ask them. They won't tell you, oh, we can't. They fucking sign up on this shit. You got to get out there and sneak and fuel. It's happening everywhere. I feel the saddest one. Yes, we know we need to eat. But you know that we've got to a stage that there's kind of too many people when you have to lock these animals up and processing fucking farm from fucking chick, from bloody egg to bloody plate and never see the day of light. That's cruel. And you don't want to know about going into the animal thing. Just on finding documentaries on what happens to animals in Australia alone. It's quite terrible. We had so many factors. It's unbelievable. They have an RSPCA. Now, RSPCA is supposed to be for the humane of animals. All over the world they're known as. No, RSPCA is a fucking badge. It's also fucking one of the symbols on the bloody Illuminati fucking Freemasonry fucking side symbols. So it's a fucking off branch to them. Right? They're money making fucking money. Because now they're just like Greenpeace. They don't actually do fuck all. They just put a brand on things so then they can get a check. Oh, you fucking support us and we can run this here fucking whale meat, this fucking seal meat. Yep, Greenpeace. Same with the RSPCA. This is RSPCA approved fucking collar. Fuck off. This is RSPCA approved fucking dog biscuit. Come on. Really? Really? Whoa. This is an RSPCA approved emancipator. Now, this emancipator is nothing more than a fucking a normal metal fucking grinder that chews up metal in a tiny little fucking specks into mince, basically. And you push metal sheets through there and go, brrr, and it's got all these things there. Well, that's the fucking emancipator for your chicken farms. Your pink meat that you get in your fucking bags at McDonald's make the chicken fucking nuggets that they heat, that they're now fucking bleaching white before it gets there and refactoring it before it gets there. You remember that pink meat business? Still happening. They just fucking dyed it. They just bleached that meat. You want me to tell you what they use? Metabolic sulfate. You can't smell it because it'll fucking knock your eye out. It's pretty strong shit. But that shit turns black potatoes fucking white. Turns fucking green meat red. Right? It's a preservative of fucking the strangest thing. Right? I used to use that in the veggie factory, so I know all about that chemical. Right? That's what they do. They fucking put the chickens, they genetically breed the chickens, pull them out of a tray. There's got 100 eggs in that tray. You got them in a big incubator fucking room and that. You'll have a 12-year-old farm girl. This is the 12-year-old farm girl. No morality of fucking life. Just the morality of fucking money and just the product. And my little 12-year-old girl would cry her fucking eyes. I can't even show her anything like this, even talk to her like this. She'd be mortified. As a 12-year-old girl should be. Yes, we got to kill. Yes, we got to eat. But not like this. Pull the tray out. Now, all the female ones being genetically bred to have a red feather in their cap, in their head. So they see all these ones there that are females, and they'll grab them, chuck them in the good tray, and the rest, with all the fucking wood chips, with all the eggshells, with all the fucking little chickens that are just fucking hatched. Looking around, looking up this person, where's my mum, like kind of thing. They chuck them on and she just goes over, chips them on a conveyor belt, like they're nothing. on a conveyor belt, and they go up, don't know what's going on, and fucking straight into that RSPCA emancipator. And out the end there, they got a bag there, and fucking comes out. That's pig meat. They sell that off. They're supposed to sell it off to the petting industry, but, well, I believe McDonald's gets the fucking first bit of that shit. That's RSPCA approved. What? Big stamp on that fucking, metal grinder. Look it out. It'll make you sick. These animals that just don't understand. And they don't understand really, when you see them going through and they're half alive and half not there. They're still looking like they don't know what's going on. That's the most terrible thing I've ever seen. Now, surely those male chickens can be raised to eat at least fucking 3 months. Only takes 3 months to get those chickens bloody fattened up to a food process. At least they have a bit of life. A bit of run around the fucking field. But no, we're humans. We put in that book, we control fucking dominion. No, we don't control dominion over that. That's a man's fucking thing to make us fucking control it. God would never put that in there because fucking Mother Nature controls the fucking dominion of animals. She even controls the dominion of us on her fucking board here. She decides to fold up, he can fuck your dominion right off because it'll be gone. No, when a typhoon comes through your fucking houses and knocks them all down, who's in charge then? Mother Nature. That's not God. God can't touch the earth. He touches the earth, he'll fucking flood the whole thing. That's Mother Nature sorting everyone out. That typhoon, that tidal wave, that storm, that hurricane, that tornado, the cyclone, that storm, the rain. Mother Nature at work at the best. Trying to fight off man with these fucking harp rays beaming fucking beams of energy into the sky to see what they can do with them, with the fucking atmosphere. Why are they fucking with our atmosphere? Trying to break Mother Nature's shield again? Like they're trying to make the world hot to break Mother Nature's shield over Antarctica and melt off the ice so they can fucking mine our resources? They should never touch these lands. These were Mother Nature's countries, not God's countries. Mother Nature's, and he knew that. But he's meddling. He made a deal with this bloody devil, and bloody Noah fucking strapped his hands. Too many evil men got in their brain. Rothschild family sent out their family to the world. Make sure they think globalist. Not just flat earth anymore, boys. We found out she's a round one. We can really take it off of God now. Click. See, if she was a flat one, God got the power to fucking keep rolling it out forever. She'll never get to the end. Haha, see? So it's not, because you fucking can. And you know how I'll tell you why and how they can? Simply because there's a race that exists in the world. Happens every pretty much year. We don't hear about it much. This is why we don't hear about it much. It's called the world race. The only way they can run this world race is they got to run around the fucking Southern Ocean because it's a perpetual wind engine that creates most of the fucking atmosphere of this earth. Hello, Kiki Eyes. There you going? Yes, so, they do that. That's a fact. No, I know it's round, but it's also flat. It's like Natanya says, but it's not quite like Natanya says. There's an ice wall, but that's going into the inner one. And then when you go into the inner one, then you see the magic to go to even an outer one. Like I said, there's levels you got to go in before you can go out. How's that for a freaky thing? See, that's why it's not supposed to be touched. That's supposed to be revealed to us over time, when naturally Earth goes through its stages. And that melts. Because where we're going in geological things, Earth will slowly get closer to the sun as we get out of the band of life in this solar system, as we are now. That's what the year 2012 was that the Mayans predicted. No, the calamity, the end of the world, all those movies, they made big bucks from a wrong message. That 2012, bitch, that's them. They worked out well. The Earth's this far within the life band around this sun. And 2012, we're going to get past the fucking meridian. So we're going to start getting closer. And after that, it's going to get worse with the fucking environment. They predicted that. That's how they had the control. And the best way you learn how them Aztecs that had control like that is you watch that movie Apocalypto, directed by Mel Gibson. It's not in English, but it gives you an idea. When that son, that Lord God, the body leader, how he's looking at the other guy, the priest, because they knew the fucking time that there was going to eclipse, see? They knew where it was going to be in the sky, so they knew what day to do the ceremony. So when he goes up, he goes clap, the fucking big moon covers it. Oh, that's how powerful he is, old people. Oh, he's fucking so powerful. No, he just fucking was the one that knew the knowledge about the calendar. He knew when they predicted all that shit. Just like NASA does. That wheel was designed for them. When they built that wheel, when they worked out all the seasons, same way we fucking did work out this world was the global world, when they got the mapping from Venus, as fucking Captain Cook did, got the mapping from Venus to get longitude and latitude, because we only had longitude, we didn't have latitude. When he did that little test, little sail around, he checked out Australia, one task, done. Went over to Fiji, another fucking task done, bang. Seen the fucking passage of bloody Venus, got the longitude, latitude. But now I didn't have to go sextant and star. We can now do cross-read. And that's when I knew that the world was a globe. Because you can only do by star and straight if it's flat. You got a cross-grid if she's round. And I was trying to see whether that globalist and flat earth theory was real. Which one was real? That was the true reason for Captain Cook's voyage. Plus all these other lands that they had been told about. And why the eastern states? Well, by rule of sail, the Dutch have already had a coast map of Western Australia from the 1600s. So technically, they can't claim any of that coast. That's why the first settlement in West Australia was a Dutch whaling station down there in Albany. Then the Dutch were saying, now being Catholics, the Protestants, the British Protestants did not want any Catholics. In fact, at that time, before the 1900s, guys, this is our narrative, this is how Catholic Church has changed this narrative. Before the 1900s, the Catholics were seen around the world as fucking criminals, as spiders. You let the Catholics in here, they'll spread out, and the rest of the religions will be nothing. That's what was happening. So the Protestants, English, who owned this country, who owned half of it, well, we couldn't have half a country of fucking Protestant English and half a country of fucking Dutch fucking Catholics. So they sent old Captain Sterling around and claimed West Australia for the British. And that's that. And how that whaling station with the Dutch, well, a terrible story. Because that was the Queen that owned that place. And she made a deal with those Dutch salesmen. You can have your little town there. And it was a quite functioning deal. But they had a special little creature there. Whoa, a special bunch of creatures. That helped the Aboriginal people. And would also help them keep the sharks away so they can deal with their whales. Because they like eating sharks, these ones. There was a pot of killer whales. And those people down there knew how to talk to them. And they were family. And that colony come, and they taught them well. And even those men had that rule. No one hurts those whales. And they knew they would help. And they even learnt some of the special whistles and calls to help them. So it was good. They had a deal. One day, one of those men from overseas was drunk. Come across a baby that had washed itself up on the beach. Baby killer whale. All the rest out there watching. So he decides to get an axe and fucking chop it right up. They were squealing, watching their child die, chopped up on the beach, looking at this man. Well, when the tribe found out what happened, they said the only way you have to let them whales have this man, because they seen him, and they were telling them, the people which man it was, because they knew how to talk to the fucking whales, especially the Queen. So we want that guy. And well, when they said they were going to lynch him, that's when the fighting started. No alcohol and all those bloody sailors. Now being a free port. So not only Dutch people are there, you've got other people coming from the other side of Australia. It's a free port now. Like your fucking Pirates of the Caribbean bullshit. That's what free ports were. Free ports of call. Allied to a country who might not be allied at all. On a flat earth thinking. Right? So they're still partially flat earth thinking. And that's what happened. That's it. Those whales, killer whales, have never helped again. They went out, far out to sea. And now you only find them probably about 30 k's out, will not come anywhere near the coast. That connection with nature was broken by a silly act of summoning an alcohol. When he could have went back, and the whole village, even all the white people, they would have pushed it back in. Because they knew, it was helping them. And that's nature at its best. The last time that was performed was for the West Australian government by a man called, I'll say his last name, Brofo. But I don't like him because he found out he was a rapist. He is one of those bad men that I tell you about, with great power, great knowledge of the past. But it comes and turns it into evil by using that magic to bring the two girls to him and stuff. But this is a man with great power anyways. And he showed this government. He just whistled. They'd never seen nothing like this before. And all these dolphins in the Swan River come straight up to him. That's power. That's knowledge. And that's a man that's evil too. Richard Wilkes used to be able to do that, but he never used to do it any evil way. He was never part of that mission system. See, Rofo, he was part of a lot of the movements. But like I said, he become evil, come corrupt. Who knew? We didn't know what he was like on the side until it come out. He was to own a mission, and he was the head of it. When all these allegations started coming out, they investigated. Well, him and his son have been having their fucking fill. Trust me, there's a lot of people that wanted to deal with them proper way. Police would not let us. We had punished those men for many days before we let them die. And we don't kill them, they die on their own. It's up to the spirits then when we leave them. Whether they live or not, we just give them a little bit of a touch up. Set ways, like we see, I don't know where we've seen it. Whether you heard it, Nick or anyone else out there with a black man, or they find him all propped up against a tree and they go up touch him, he's dead, stone stiff. Yeah, well, spirits chose he wasn't going to live. That's just the way it is. The way it is. Terrible. Terrible. All around the world. And it's getting worse and worse every day. And they're going to change this money every day. And we got to deal with this YouTube thing. I got other things to deal with. A lot of other things. But my sister, she's probably angry at me as hell now. Because I didn't give her any time. Crazy that. But you get that. Funny that. I got to give her time. But when I ask for time, I fucking don't hear from her. That's just the way it is, I guess. One's got to give back. But then it shouldn't be like that. That's part of the world too, that part of thinking. And she's driven by that almighty dollar one. I know we need money to exist. I know we need money to live. That's the system that we got, unfortunately. But just be wary of where they're going with this money. That money is our last hope, as well as our bane. We have to keep both systems, electronic one and a fucking cash one. Otherwise, they will control us completely, and that is it. We will really be in the fucking gone then. We're already in the net now. We get attacked by sharks and piranhas. If we want to really change the tune around, we can go away from trolls and that. We can fucking be in the ocean. Because we are. The ocean of fucking the air, of time, of the net. And it's whoever bloody towing that net, that's who's in charge of that. At the moment, there's a really big goo-goo boat up there. And what do they have swimming around the net? They have sharks. So when it slips the net, fucking gone, boof. You got predators inside the net, because she's all the fish in there. And I say, buddy, don't worry about that one, there's another fish in the ocean. Well, we're not technically in the ocean, we're not technically fish. But you look at the sperm right down to the tiny little thing. When it first gets the egg, first buddy starts formulate, that little baby inside that's got gills. We all got gills, ends up fucking being our ears. Same bones in our ears as same bones and gills. Right? So we're fucking, when I look under a microscope, technically you can get a fish, buddy, certain fish, and certain human, they look the same until the next week. They all got gills, they all look like they got an eye, they all got fucking tail. They all look like tadpoles. Then we grow the legs, then we grow that. See? We got to be stillborn regardless in fluid. These underwater births, no. I know where women are thinking with that. I know where the thinking is with those underwater births. I think they're very brave. Because there's a 50-50 chance that that fucking child's going to drown. Worse than being born naturally in a hospital. God provided the woman with everything she needs for that baby to be born. Sometimes she can't, which is unfortunate. Sometimes she doesn't have to. That's her choice. But she provided you with the water, the sac, fucking everything's inside you. When you birth that baby, it doesn't come out in the water, it comes out into the air. Right? Because the first natural reaction when that baby comes out is to breathe. So when they have those underwater births, if the baby comes out and decides to have that reaction, you may drown that baby. I don't tell you that. That's why as soon as they're born, they rip them. They've got people there to rip them straight out. Well, they're not supposed to be born that way. We're born, those ladies are born with that fluid inside you. To come out like that. The embryonic sac. No, the afterbirth and all that. That's what that's all about. The body has its own, that's why we're built that way. That's why the human is built this way. No, it's not by fucking choice. It's by design. Unfortunately, it's by design. And each generation fucking will send on that next design to the next. And well, at the end of the day, it's whatever free will thinking unit fucking gets up the bloody tube first into the egg. That'll determine when those match. That's when that little DNA pattern will start matching up. Sometimes it might not fuse. You might have a deformity. Or the child might be born with no brain. Like some of my people are. Especially the ones from the descendants from the Maralinga nuclear testings. There's still children born without no brain. They go full term. But they have no brain. That's crazy. That's crazy, that one. But it still happens. See, that's through genetics, through the environment. And that's how we're fucking programmed, through the environment. Because when we're born, we know nothing at all. None of us do. We know that we're somewhat alive because we're hungry. We know that we're somewhat alive because we can feel pain. And the only knowledge that we have when we feel those things is to cry. We have no knowledge. That's what a free will thinking unit is. We're born free in this world, not knowing the difference between racial color or what hate is. The only thing we're actually born into the world with is knowing love. The love of the heartbeat of the mother that birthed you. And if you have a nice father and you hear his voice coming through the bloody thing, that baby will like that voice and, know that one when it comes out. Sound, reverberation, how everything is put together. Every cell and every molecule in the whole entire fucking universe reverberates. And the power that binds it is what keeps it solid. See, at the moment, the less reverberation is in thing is a diamond, because it's the hardest substance. Those molecules don't move around at all. But we're all built up of molecules that move around. It's like that pixelation movie. If the vibration is enough, it'll just fucking vibrate apart. I'm sure you've heard of Tesla's bloody vibration bloody thing. They put a sub vibration, puts a harmonic balance into the fucking building, all of a sudden the building's collapsing. It's all about reverberation. From the very first sound when God created the universe was O and M. Om was the very first sound. Ask NASA. They hear a background sound of that in their far, far searching satellites. Strange that. But that's the first noise that the universe made at the Big Bang. And everything's been reverberation. God makes things out of the ferment and reverberation. The only things can stick together through reverberation. Those big Casalot bloody super colliders that they got, the Stern fucking reactor and all that shit. That's trying to stop that fucking, get down to the finest. That's what antimatter is. Antimatter is the opposite of matter. When they fucking touch, you have a bad reaction. But they've got an electronic chamber there that keeps it in their own little gravity field. They've got the power in those things to have things up to 3 million degrees. 3 million degrees should melt through anything that we have, technology we have. No, not if you create a magnetic field. And that's what they are, a magnetic field. They could have something going around there. The Chinese got one now going around 3 million degrees. That's the center of the sun. The top of the sun's only 5,000 degrees. Right? We got shit that we're building at it because they keep it all in. Trying to control the God factor. Trying to break the God factor. Simple as that. Trying to get that control. Now God is so powerful, he can have the whole universe. They can only get 3 molecules in a certain amount of seconds. That's it. But they're getting close. They're trying to sustain this energy. They can harness this God energy and claim it for their own. Trying to topple God again, guys. Biggest machine, the most expensive machine in the world. And what has it fucking done for anybody? Have you ever got a product that comes out of the fucking Stern reactor? Or just information? Oh, we got this little particle. They pushed it in this other particle. And boom! And all these colors come out. And it was fucking magnificent. And then we just see a digital display because you can't actually see it. Because this is all happens at light fucking speed. That's it. That's what that's about. Every time they switch that on, is using half the fucking energy of the world. For what? Does it fucking benefit our day? Or does it benefit some other cunt that wants to run God day? A lot of people starving out there. A lot of wars out there. A lot of trouble and a lot of evil out there. But they rather fucking put all those trillions of dollars in 2 particles cracking together. See what makes God tick. That's the whole idea of a nuclear bomb. Hit it with these fucking rays, make that fucking, all the vibrations in uranium, which is why they choose that uranium, and make it in plutonium. They design their own shit now. Why they use it? Because it's got the most unstable of what that is. It's called radiation. The more unstable it is, the more solid it is. So when it radiates the energy out, that's vibration. That's what radiation is. It's a form of vibration. It's a very sickening form of vibration. Right? And it goes through, that's how it infects. It can also be a dust, can also be on, but that's because all those radionics are coming over. That's what that tick, tick, tick. That's how much fucking vibrations happen. It's ready to fucking pop. Right? Never that gets down to critical mass again, that'll fucking go again. It's breaking down. It's like drinking beer. Beer used to be flat. No bloody bubbles in it. The New Zealanders, they invented the beer atom. Split the beer atom and fucking put bubbles in it and made it good. And then the world's now got fucking carbonation. There's fucking all the bloody soda pops all around the world. Because of splitting the atom. I mean, ask yourself, how do they get those bubbles into those drinks? Atoms have to split. The hydrogen, water, and the oxygen, because that's all water is. 2 parts oxygen, 1 part hydrogen. Same gas that you fucking have in a liquid form, you can use as rocket fuel to the stars. Liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen. Mix them together doesn't make water, makes fucking rocket fuel. But in a fucking different hole, different bite, is water. What you do is you put that through electrolysis, split that, you'll get oxygen one way, and helium the other. Or hydrogen the other. All the power in the world is in the ocean. That's all I will say. All the power in the world is in the ocean. They think it's just lithium batteries. All right. You got to energize a lithium battery, rechargeable with lithium one. Got that fucking be careful. Don't go near any bloody water when you do this. But you're going to go to water at the end, but you just got to step right the hell back. This will show you your lithium batteries and all your devices, the phones, why you should not get them near water. Right? You should not get them near water at all. Lithium is very volatile when it touches water. You take it out of those fucking batteries, and you have a thin bit of metal, lithium, bit of metal. You wrap that up right there, and you chuck that into a pot of water. Now it'll start bubbling, and then it fucking explodes into a big flame. It explodes the whole bowl. That's why you see these Tesla cars, when they start going, it's because a little bit of water seeped into that fucking thing. Starts a reaction. And that's it. So be careful. Careful of fluids around these lithium products that you have. That could be responsible for why a lot of these scooters are blowing up. Because you get cracks on them when you're flying around, bouncing around that there, and you could crack the battery casing. The battery's a dry battery, it's not a wet battery, so you're not going to know it's fucking cracked, because it doesn't leak. But water will leak in, and once it touches that fucking lithium, that's it. There'll be an instant reaction. And over time it'll build up. When you go to charge up, it'll just go fucking bang. And that's what's been happening. They don't tell you that. Lithium, when it's been found to do the energy state, to hold the energy it does, to become a battery, is fucking 1,000% volatile in water. Has an explosive burning reaction. There's no other way about it. So be careful with your lithium products. They don't tell you this. Now, certain amounts of lithium, certain parts of that lithium, certain molecules of that lithium can help cancer. But lithium on its own can cause it. See? They don't tell you that. These phones we got, water gets in them, they're a fucking ticket dime bomb. They'll blow your ass cheek right off. You got them in there, and if these girls got them here, it'll fucking take your chest off. Hasn't happened yet, but there's a potential to happen. My phone, my last phone, that got a little bit of water in it. That was it. Started puffing up. We had to put it out the back, get it fizzled all up. Fucking had to wait that and get the bloody fire extinguisher trying to sink for that one. Just touched a bit of water, just fell in the sink. Just happened to fall in the sink when I was bloody doing the dishes. Block. Oh, not too late. These waterproof ones, yes, they're right, but to an extent. You crack the casing on them, that water gets into that lithium battery. But that's why all these other devices, lithium, you hear these lithium fires, that's because of that. So be careful of the lithium batteries. They're good, but they're very dangerous. So, been on for an hour. This mob's getting up, moving around. Now I think, this boy will be getting ready to go to his work. I think he's had his 2 weeks off. My nephew was probably just waking up, even though it's nearly lunchtime, but they went to bed late. I got kids. I got to have a bit of a time, at the same time. I still got to be up and about. Plus, I wanted to catch up, do live, do at least an hour, get some of my watch hours up. Because now all I need is those watch hours. Once that watch hour's there, I'll have this little trickle coming in, and I can work that off. Go to all these other stations, get a better system. It's all about money. All about money at the moment. As I said, money. Money makes your stay on this world a better place if you've got a lot of it and know how to spend it. But the world revolves on its own gravity, people. So, money is a control factor. That's all it'll ever be. That's all it's ever going to be. We all need it. We all want it. Why? Because we have to. Do not make it digital, no matter how delicious it sounds, no matter how fucking slack you are. The world's coming that slack, Nick. They won't even tick a like. You probably got 600 people watching Dag Day or whatever. Only 200 likes, and you only get the occasion one to do like. That lazy, I like it, but I got that itch, too fucking hard for me to lift the finger. Why? I don't have to. Uber Eats, fucking everything's a drone. You're gonna sit here like that Wally World, man. And then they'll start feeding, oh, the food's run out, so we have to turn everything into shakes. Not telling you, like the lithium batteries, that's reconstituted humans. Called Soylent Green. So have you ever watched that cartoony movie, the little robot that compacts things on Earth when they had to leave it? That's what they eat. You can't stay 500 years in space in one ship when you got no food process. Those people are made fat for the kill. Because when they die, they reconstitute you down like they do anything, boil you down, it's called rendering, split you up into your separate levels, and fucking put amino acids and other shit chemicals with them like food flavorings, and you got these fucking beautiful drinks that taste like strawberry ice cream or chocolate and vanilla. No, that is just initial essential amino acids that the body needs to function. Right? That's that one. That's what that movie represents. If we don't fucking get this shit down together, this is gonna turn into a shithole. We're gonna truck robbery's gonna be out stinking. We don't want to be here. Welcome to hell. We're a throwaway society. You see some of the shit I get seen thrown away. My God. There used to be one time when you go and demolition a house, you'd save all the window fixtures, you'd save all the doors if they were savable. Anything in that house that was reusable. Nope. Nowadays, they'll come in, dozer, smash the whole lot down, put it on the back of a truck, take it to the dump, fill it in. No, throwaway society. Money. You've got too much money. If you're going to be treating things like that, you've obviously got plenty of money. So the world shouldn't be carrying on about money if we're doing that. Throwing good stuff away, tipping milk out onto the fucking ground, keeping the prices high. Only one person that's in control of that. That's the fucking government. And the evil people that do deals with them. Totally, 100% corrupt. You can't trust none of them. The whole concept of a cesspool is just fucking filthy. It stinks. If you want to fucking get into that cesspool, that is a cesspool, whatever industry it is, it's a cesspool. Remember, you're stepping straight into shit. The moment you get in there, it's going to be on your fucking boots. And wherever you fucking walk in and out of that cesspool, you're going to cart shit with you, and you're going to smell like shit. Regardless of how good and righteous and how you want to change that cesspool. You cannot change the cesspool in, because you go in, you get a cover on you, you're going to stink and smell of shit. Carry shit with you everywhere. In your pocket, oh fuck, forgot to get out. That's a cesspool. So only one way you get rid of a cesspool. So the only one way you're going to get rid of the government, only one way you're going to get rid of the movies industry, is you have to fill it in. Meaning none of that none of those government, none of that music industry who are part of it now, are allowed in the new cesspool. A new pool of life. Because that new pool of life is going to be pristine clear. So we can't even have a single fucking cell, single person in those industries. They're in them when this happens. Come over to this fresh cesspool because they're fucking infected. Make it septic. You'll drop one bit of septicness in a fucking whole ocean of water. That septic will take over. And turn it into a new cesspool. So you have to have this new cesspool functioning, ready to go, without any from the old cesspool, before you fill it in. That's the only way. You can never fix the industry from the industry. You can never fix the government from within the government. You can never fix nothing from within nothing. Only within us can we fix things. And us, we got to fuck it right, but we're the commoner. We got no say. We got to tell what we do. Oh, I can do what I want. No, I hate that. I hate that more than anything in the world. People say to me, I can do whatever I want. Well, you fucking can't. You can't have a license unless they give you one. You got to sign for that, like saying. You can't move to another country unless they give you a fucking passport. You got to sign for that, like saying. Everything you have to sign, everything they have to approve. They proved that. Oh, we can't do anything. Well, they locked the fucking world down and proved that they can. You can't go, well, you couldn't go there. You couldn't get a drink unless you got the fucking COVID shot. That's the thing. Oh, we're not going to force you, but you're not allowed to go to work. You're not allowed to fucking drink alcohol because we won't serve you alcohol unless you've got a ticket that says that you had that injection. Unless that work mob did some sort of special deal with you. That's how crazy it was. That's crazy. Well, I've been on a while, getting hot. These mob were moving around looking at me thinking, oh, he's back to being that freak again. I wish it was that easy. They could lock me up and I could have a nice rest and a nice padded cell and not have to worry about fucking anything. 3 meals a day, plenty of drugs. I wouldn't know. I'd be off my head fucking drooling in the corner. They want me. That's the crazy kind. That's the cycle kind. When they get you on those tablets, that's when they slip you into cycleness. PTSD, ADHD, all those things that chemicals that they give them, that's what keeps them there. They become reliant on that. Body produces everything naturally to fix that. I've noticed my daughter is very violent on the ADHD. She hasn't been on it for a while. She's quite normal. In fact, she's more normal now than she's when she's on it. And she can tell when she's on it. She knows when she's on it. She doesn't like it. But this government wants me to take it. Now, they're in charge because of the welfare. If I don't give it to her, I get in trouble. Oh, that shoelace is not done. Bang. But from a natural observance, and as a father, listening to my child, this is hard. See, I'm subject, because this is another thing. It's supposed to be equal, but as a single father, I'm subject to do what that pediatrician tells me. Because then they'll ring the welfare. Now, mother's subject to that too. But she doesn't have to fucking give it to them. For some reason, they can stand there and say, I don't have to give my child anything. And they're not touched. But if I try to do that, they'll take the kids away. Neglect. And twice as so because I'm an Aboriginal man. I don't look it, but I am. It's all in the blood, all in the DNA. I'm past that before I even took a breath. That's how this world runs, guys. That's how it is. And as it is now, well, my foot's getting to sleep. And I better get moving, otherwise that gout will kick in, and I won't be able to go anywhere and do anything. It's going to get adventurous. I'm going to start traveling proper, doing some real things. Now I'll let you know through my AI what I'm doing. Get you prepared. I'm going to go a different way about that too. Going to have some more talking in it. I got told person don't like watching it because there's no talking in it. They have to read. Well, learn better when you read. Alright, this is the Archangel Michael signing off. Thank you, King and Ronnie Lee. Thank you, Christine Jennifer. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Cookie Eyes. I know Temple was here too. Eventually, yes, he was there. Thank you, guys. You made my day. I thought no one was going to come, but you come nonetheless. That's God. God did that. Right, see you later, family. God bless, and stay safe for now.